Morning guys and welcome back on my channel. Sorry that I make long not a video, but I was a little bit sick and lazy and low energy level and so I'm here again and today we react on now you can fix there 4 enemy women who will break you. And I see on the thumbnail already my definitely favorite anime waifu from Black Lagoon, but more about now. And let's hear what Lukewarm takes say. And let's go to the video.
Before the video continues, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment. The algorithm loves that. Also make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm live every weekend, Friday through Sunday, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. UTC +1. And don't forget to follow me on my social media channels too. Now back to the video.
I can fix her. You can find this famous phrase in the comment section of any clip or post featuring some sort of unhinged or villainous female character in anime, especially if they've done something so incredibly heinous to our main characters.
Yeah.
More and more, I would see these reprehensible actions of these characters be.
Do you mean Yuki from what's called Mira Nikki or something? Yeah. She is really crazy. Mostly the Yandere type.
Completely overshadowed by their hotness. And don't get me wrong, like, I get it. I love a well-crafted villain that has an appealing design to look at, but the phrase "I can fix her" strikes such a specific chord with me because, like, you absolutely cannot. And of course,
this is dangerous.
It's all jokes. I am not that dense, but there is something intriguing about the phenomenon of female villains being perceived as redemptive because of their attractiveness. Sure, you can boil it down to it being just a bunch of people who want to be stepped on by their evil.
Yeah, do you have some BDSM fetish here? Yeah, yes. I'm the one who makes it for you. Just kidding now. Yeah, you would be charged if you see me in real life. Yeah. Yeah. No, so, but if you have some, crazy woman around you, even if she hot, run, baby, run.
Fantasy Dami Mommy. But on a deeper level, this phenomenon speaks to the inherent human desire for redemption. Narratively, redemption stories can be a great vehicle for characterization.
Yep.
Take Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender or Scar from Full Metal Alchemist. However,
Zuko is the greatest example. This is great. But, Shimoneta, this bitch is crazy and not in the funny way. I mean, in the rapist way. I mean, sorry? Who was she here? Yeah, she's completely unhinged. I mean, she is fucking insane.
There are characters that are simply just built different. They are crafted from a mold of pure evil, and that's just who they are inside and out. And sometimes that evil comes in the form of an incredibly attractive anime girl. I happen to personally love
AJ is a devil.
Evil characters, especially when they're built to be unfixable. It's very hard to write characters like this correctly without making them over the top or too cartoonishly evil. It's even harder to.
Yeah, this is definitely something what's completely what's completely difficult. I mean, yeah, if you have an anime who is taken seriously as Family Guy or South Park, I don't fucking know. Yeah, one of the random movies, little tip from German cartoons here. Yeah, then it's okay, but if you have some serious work as here, Miraniki, this is a good example maybe. And she is completely over the top, and she's a little bit annoying in my opinion. Yeah, hot take, but she is really annoying at some point.
To write a villain who happens to be a female, since female characters tend to be underrepresented in battle anime overall. I mean, who here actually cares about Kaguya from Naruto? Anyway.
Oh god, I remember her, and this, I am hot take. I completely dislike Naruto. Completely hot take, but I can. So I don't hate the series, but this crying about friendship, and I kinda say there than the last fight with this I don't know, fox girl wife thing there, and then she was, it wasn't even a really character, she was, I don't know what this was.
Anyways, all of this sprouted from the phrase, I can fix her, so I thought it would be a good idea to go over some of my favorite examples that serve as the antithesis of that phrase in anime. My name is Luke, and you're watching my channel where I share my lukewarm takes on anime, manga, and more, and today I'll be going over 4 popular examples of the most unhinged female characters in anime and explaining why you can't fix her. To start off my list, I want to take you back to the summer of 2014. A relatively new anime had just come out called Tokyo Ghoul. A young man by the name of Ken Kaneki.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul. This was it's a long time ago if I see the series, but yeah, it was good, and I remember her to the she dating the simp. I completely forget his name. He said Dog Ken or something like this. I don't know, but he dates the simp, and then the simp gets her origins, and then he gonna be a half ghoul or something like this. If I remember right, I don't fucking know.
He was asked out on a date by a woman who was suspiciously way out of his league. Kaneki finds out the hard way the meaning of it's too good to be true and ends up missing a piece of his shoulder. As it turns out, the beautiful woman he went out on a date with, Rise Kamishiro, was a ghoul. A terrifying carnivorous creature that feeds exclusively on human flesh. Realizing that this was not how he wanted to end up in her mouth that night, Kaneki tries his best to run away, but his flimsy virgin body was no
Okay, the description simp is good of them that I had take. Yeah, but I remember this, and this woman, I remember only her in the first episode, and then there was something about her, but the rest I completely forget.
Match for Rise's overwhelming ghoul strength. Fortunately for our frail hero, the plot arrives in the form of fortified steel beams which stopped Rise's attack, with the added consequence of leaving Kaneki with more holes than he came in with. At the hospital, the doctors had no choice.
Okay, this was a good one. And please take this whole piece take to be virgin, because too many holes in your body you don't will fuck with.
But to transplant Rise's organs into Kaneki in order to save him, thus creating the most messed up Yugi/Feral dynamic between him and the first girl who ever touched him. Now, who would take this scenario and go, yes, I can fix her? Don't get me wrong, I am part of the anime community, so I know how many people out there will be 100% into that. But I am talking about actually fixing Rise, as in reforming her.
Yeah, I can remember her, so I don't give a fuck about her.
The ghouls into.
Come on. Sorry, guys, for the cut, but my computer crashed, so I make a second try or third try actually, because I forget to use the voice changer, but continue.
But I am talking about actually fixing Rise, as in reforming her from the ghoulest of ghouls into someone a little less insane. Amongst other ghouls, Rise was literally nicknamed the binge eater because of how many people she would consume wantonly. She had a systematic method of attracting more simps than a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, what they say? since
taking them out for dinner, quite literally. Not to mention, she constantly pops into Kaneki's head to berate him and further destroy his mental state. She's basically become the opposite of an antidepressant, more like an uber depressant. Depression.
Or imagination, I would say more imagination in this kind. In this way, like, here, he let Kaneki her voices in his head. I think Ken was his name. I'm not fully sure, but yeah.
Depression plus extra strength, if you will. Rize gives you a pretty good idea of the type of characters I'm talking about, but the next woman on this list is even less fixable, if you can believe it, and takes things to a whole nother level.
I mean, corpses you can fix because they are dead.
You are not fixing Makima. And spoilers ahead for Chainsaw Man pretty much in its entirety. Unless you are Chainsaw Man himself, you are either expendable to her or a pawn to be used in her plans to obtain Chainsaw Man. If you see Makima and think for a second that she wants anything to do with you, then you have already lost. Chainsaw Man is a story about a world that is inhabited by devils that embody humanity's fear of a specific concept.
And Makima is freak underwoods or more rough than him, because I don't know if she is a fucked up personality. I think this describes this too. She is a fucked up personality.
And Makima is the devil of control. Control as a concept is genuinely terrifying when you think about it. To have your autonomy over your body and even your mind be completely surrendered to an otherworldly creature is extremely fear-inducing. However, when that otherworldly creature takes the shape of a shapely and attractive woman, the dynamics of the story change.
And this is fucking dangerous. If a woman is hot, smart, and manipulative, then your life is technically over.
From horror to something you'd probably find in the incognito tab. Makima's physical attractiveness is another part of her control dynamics, as she uses her physical beauty and sex appeal as tools for manipulation.
And this is actually a good weapon. I mean, this is a stronger weapon than an actual atom bomb or something like this. I mean, if you're hot, you can use this hotness as a weapon, like in fucking nuke. Or more than this, because nukes destroy all human lives, and this is a good thing, because then everyone have to fear, but not one person. And if you use the smart, I don't well imagine.
Manipulation is the name of the game when it comes to this red-headed control devil, since every single move she makes is precisely calculated to achieve her perfect outcome. Once you meet her, you automatically become part of her game, since Makima doesn't view people as beings with agency, but rather pieces on her board to carefully maneuver around. As Denji, Aki, and Power come to find out, any shred of happiness that they experience has been through Makima's design, and all of the suffering they go through is simply what she does because she believes she's entitled to the lives of everyone she deems inferior. And in her eyes, everyone is inferior to her, except one, Chainsaw Man. And not our beloved Denji, mind you, but the actual Chainsaw Devil himself, Pochita, aka the hero of hell. Makima develops a huge and strange infatuation with Chainsaw Man because he is the only being that she deems to be on her level. Once Pochita made the contract with Denji to help him find happiness and became his heart, Makima realizes that she can no longer have him and carefully constructs a plan. She plotted to completely and utterly
And this is fucking insane, but also this is fucking creepy. So I am not a chess mastermind or even a good chess player, but she looks like she invented chess. Yes, so but I don't. I push myself for in case of her.
Break Denji mentally so that he would break his contract with Pochita and Pochita would go on a rampage. She systematically gave Denji everything he's ever wanted: a home, food, a family, and the potential for love and intimacy, and immediately ripped it away to ensure the maximum amount of suffering possible for the poor boy. Everyone in the story.
Okay, this is evil. I mean, this is only fucking evil. Give one person everything that he wanted, and then rip it away because you will have control. This is fucking evil. I mean, more evil than the fucking devil himself.
Was simply used to achieve that purpose. Aki was a big brother to be taken away tragically, and Power was the little sister who was used as the finishing blow to destroy Denji's mentally shattered psyche after losing Aki. Any other character who posed a threat to Makima's dominance over Denji, like Himeno and Reze, were swiftly dealt with. She was the only person allowed to dispense happiness in Denji's life because she was going to.
Oh shit, true, hello that I thought. Maybe she thought, but I don't give a fuck. I don't will. If Makina will be real, I don't will fucking even meet her. I mean, not 1 fucking centimeter apart of this. I mean, I have enough in my entire life, I have enough manipulative women around me, so one more I don't will have.
To use that happiness to create the world's biggest crash out. So, the answer is no. You are absolutely not fixing Makima because she will ruin you. If she takes a liking to you in any way, it will most likely end with you being mentally, emotionally, socially, physically, and spiritually eviscerated until all that's left in.
Yeah? And this is why... No, thanks. Maybe she's a good written quiet character, but she's not a good person, if you know what I mean. I mean, she is good written, but not a good person. This is a huge difference. And this makes her makes her character genius, but even creepy in the same
your
time.
Subconscious are those hypnotic eyes and the feeling of perpetual, endless despair. Or if you're lucky, she'll just crush you from orbit. The amount of violence that Makima brings to the table segues beautifully into the next woman on my list. Let's take a little journey into a shady lagoon where a certain ambidextrous woman has made a name for herself being the most dangerous person there. Revi from Black Lagoon is.
Oh, yeah, my fucking waifu. But, yeah, she is fucking insane. She has some good phrases, but hell no, she's fucking dangerous. I mean, if she got crazy, she got literally to a fucking rampage. I mean, in the anime, on the Nazi ship, spoiler warning here, on the Nazi ship, she got on a rampage and killed some Nazis. Yeah, this is a good thing. But she killed barely some civilians on the ship too. And Dutch as a black guy, Super on the right, stops her in the manga. She killed the innocent people. So yeah. Mercy is something what she didn't know. And yeah, she's not to fix.
Is most likely the only woman on this list who won't one-shot you for existing. However, just because she's a morally ambiguous protagonist doesn't mean that she's someone that you can fix. Revi is the perfect person to not only survive in the twisted, shady, corrupted world of Black Lagoon, but she actively thrives in it. Her moral compass has been irreparably damaged from her upbringing as a
Yeah, so camera compasses, I need help from my cameras and how much value I have to kill you because you're more value to kill you.
Victim of multiple unspeakable and violent crimes done to her as a child, which in turn forced
Yep,
her to adopt that violence as a second language. Violence might as well be Revi's middle name, as everywhere she goes, carnage inevitably follows. As the course of
yep,
Black Lagoon goes on,
yep. Carnage is definitely her second name. I mean, completely her second.
you can see Revi's mental state has deteriorated so severely that nothing really matters to her other than having something to drink and a target to shoot. Having
Yep,
earned the moniker Two Hands due to her preference for dual wield,
but you must now she definitely changed, but she not gonna be fixed. But she changed as a character, and the story and the manga, and yeah, she is being insane, shows no mercy, but she going a little bit adult, if you know what I mean. So she learns from her previous. So you see character development in her character, but it's a good character
Revi
development.
rampages through the fictional town of Ranipur. Her raw, unadulterated violence becomes inseparable from the town itself. The reason that
Yep.
we know you can't fix Revi is because
I mean, Runner Tour is. I love the series. It's my favorite kind, by the way. I'm a completely Black Lagoon fanboy. So you have the Russian mafia, yes, the Italian mafia, you have Colombian cartels, you have the Russian mafia, you have the triad from China, you have and you have several different cartels, smaller cartels, the CIA, the Yakuza, the completely messed up stuff, you know? And yeah, sometimes there are some terrorists or some Nazis or some, I don't know, gangsters or some American soldiers or a complete insane killer mate or something like this.
there is nothing in her to fix. Revi likes her life. She has stated multiple times how much she enjoys being a pirate, being amongst the filth of society, and exercising her Second Amendment right.
Yeah,
She doesn't want to be fixed. If anything, she'll be the one to ruin you.
but you wanna gonna be saved, but not gonna be fixed, in my opinion. So it's a definitely deeply deeply thing. So maybe the deserves on video in the next time if I come to this. But yeah, she completely insane and the stuff.
You.
Yeah,
We see this precisely in her relationship with Rokuro Ukajima, or Rock for short. He's a
yeah,
Japanese businessman who was used as a scapegoat by his company and ended up on Revi's crew. As Rock spends more time with Revi, the two develop a chaotic friendship that has some romantic undertones. Although Revi
mhm.
herself is too emotionally stunted to admit it, she shows affection.
She is more completely emotional unstable, so she don't show emotions. But she is, yeah, I'm an expert in this case here. But she don't show emotions because she shows it as a weakness. But she can completely hide her emotions because she has some romantic feelings maybe for Rock. And so he got in the series, and yeah, it's it's definitely completely complete. It's definitely complicated. My goodness, this word is so fucking difficult.
For Rock multiple times by going out of her
Mm-hmm.
way to protect him and declaring herself to be his quote-unquote gun. She is also
Mm-hmm.
very possessive of Rock, most likely due to his innocence. However, as the story of Black
So Rock isn't that. It's everything but not
Lagoon
innocent.
progresses, we see Rock slowly becoming more and more morally gray. He increasingly
Yep.
became capable of handling the darker side of their business as pirates. Revi sees Rock, this innocent person who doesn't belong in their messed up world, slowly integrating himself into said world both physically and morally. This makes her upset because she likes
Yep.
Rock, whether or not those feelings are romantic, and she
So more say she can be fixed, but they try to fix him. You can say. So this is
has
interesting.
his well-being at the forefront of her mind, and seeing him become more and more like her just didn't sit right with Revi. However, this is exactly what happens. Rock further descends into the darkness and became comfortable with the corruption of Revi's world. As mentioned previously, Revi is inseparable from Ranipur, and its corruption being so near her means that staying there, slowly assimilating into that corruption, is inevitable. Even though Revi doesn't want Rock to become like her, it's just a matter of time as long as he is around.
Yeah. So this is actually interesting. She's definitely a very interesting character, in my opinion.
It's a rather tragic story about a monster trying to stop someone she cares about from becoming just like her by proximity. So ultimately, you can't fix Revi, but she sure as hell can ruin you. Revi is the only woman.
Maybe, but he can save you. He can save you. Maybe. But she can't fix her. Yeah. Wanna say, you can fix her, but she can fix you, maybe. So, in case of, try to push you out of this gangster world.
On this list that I would say is not a villain, but the last character I'm going to talk about is 100% absolutely demonstrably pure evil. If you combine the raw bloodlust of Rize, the detached sadism and dominance of Makima, and the intense capacity for violence of Revi, and put it all into the body of one of the most voluptuous characters ever drawn, you'd get Esdeath from Akame ga Kill. In the world of Akame ga Kill, there are these dangers.
Yeah, I've never finished Akame ga Kill, to be honest, but I see some season of her or episodes, better say, but it's a long time ago, 7 years now for this. I must tease the anime again.
Giant creatures called danger beasts. They rampage and destroy everything in their path, and some are near indestructible. Esdeath took the blood and soul of one of the strongest danger beasts and drank it. She took in all of that rage and pure animalistic carnage, licked her lips, and said, "Yummy." I'm pretty sure that Makima overshadowed Esdeath in popularity as Chainsaw Man became a new big thing in town, but I want to remind everyone just how unhinged and purely evil this blue-haired dominatrix really is. She was raised on the soul.
Yeah, and she can be crazy.
That strength and violence is the only way the world operates, and she cannot shift from that as it is part of who she is. She made the Spanish Inquisition.
I can't pronounce this fucking word. It's a legitimate. How I pronounce this fucking word? It's a legitimate worldview, in my opinion. So, maybe a little bit nihilistic, but somehow it's true.
Looked like a trip to Disneyland. She invented the term sadomasochism in her world, and she spends all of her free time literally coming up with ways to make the human body wish it couldn't feel things. Esdeath is cruelty incarnate, and you are telling me that you can fix her? I don't think I need to provide more evidence to back up what I'm trying to say.
So, nobody could fix her. She is a little bit too crazy for this.
If you watched Akame ga Kill, you'll realize that the only person who had any chance of possibly fixing her actively tried his best for like half the story, and look where he ended up. Tatsumi is quite possibly
I've never seen
one of the most milquetoast, average-looking generic anime protagonists out there. Basically, if your average anime fan was dropped into this world, they would be Tatsumi.
But Akame ga Kill is not the average. It's a guy who nobody. who everybody just make a circle jerk of the protagonist and everything is fine. There, if you dead, if you chat, and they're literally try the protagonist one by one.
As Death met him, she took the term love thy enemy to a completely new level. As Death was hopelessly head over heels in love with Tatsumi. She reached simp levels that would not be matched until Zenitsu from Demon Slayer was introduced. There was nothing that could make...
Okay, I didn't know that. What? Yeah, if you have this kind of woman, run, baby, run, baby, run. Baby one.
Stopped loving Tatsumi from the moment she met him, and he had the exact same thought that most of you were having when a homicidal maniac baddie declares her undying love for you. Those 4 magic words. I can fix her. And he did give it his best try. They even had a whole beach episode where Tatsumi had the chance to change her for the better, but still, nothing could convince Esdeath to stop being the monster that she was. The anime version of her death scene.
So, I don't know what she particularly done or does, or what the right English form in this case is. So, yeah, but I know that she is a maniac, and I don't, and yeah, the term dominatrix is good for her. I mean, she has already the look of a mistress, so...
Showed us that even in her last moments, she still loved Tatsumi, and that the only way they could have possibly been together was exactly like that. As Death, the endless dispenser of death, finally gets her lover as they both meet death together. As Death could never be fixed because she never had any desire to be fixed. There was nothing in her that wanted anything other than the destruction of her enemies and the subjugation of those weaker than her. Even her love for Tatsumi was fraught with those toxic power dynamics. He felt more...
At conclusion, all of the women what we see here are completely psychopathic maniacs who have some control issues with you. And all of these are toxic relationships you don't want to have.
Her than someone on an equal level. In the end, no one could fix Esdeath. So what did we learn today? Well, the next time you see a 10 out of 10 baddie with more red flags in a FIFA game, do not utter the phrase, I can fix her. Because trust me, you definitely can't. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I'm thinking about doing...
Funny thing, I asked sometimes ChatGPT if ChatGPT tried to fix Ravi, and yeah, this was completely unrealistic.
To this video with male characters that you can't fix, because we're fans of gender equality on this channel. So if you would like that video, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time with some more lukewarm takes.
Yep. I must say this was a good video, and yes, some of them there was, or better say all of them, are fucking crazy. And if you had this kind of anime crush waifu like me on Ravi, better run. So I would say